That's it.
What does it take to become safe and confident and overcome your fear on highball boulders? Today I'm climbing again with Mike Boyd, and I'm going to try and show him how I am able to boulder outdoors without fear and stay safe, despite foot injuries that mean I really can't get away with even a small fall from height.
Brilliant. Ooh, that was excellent.
We've come to the Ruthven boulder near Inverness, and together we'll tackle some intimidating highballs with simple tactics that will dissolve fear and allow us to enjoy the climbing. If you watch Mike's excellent YouTube channel, you'll know that he's made a lot of progress in his climbing in the year since we last climbed together. It will be interesting for me to see if any new gaps have emerged as opportunities for him to take the next leg up on his journey to climbing expertise.
I've told Dave that I'm concerned about height on boulders, so he's taken me to what he would describe as a medium high boulder. I would say is the biggest freaking boulder I've ever climbed in my entire life. So yeah, it's big. So today I think that a good aim would just be to get to the top by any means. So I think it ranges from like font 5+ to, I think Dave put one here that's like font 8B that's seen no ascent since him. So I'll actually show you the holds on it. It's so small I can't even find it. Yeah, this one here. So this is one of the crimps. Then
how big an edge is that?
Oh, I mean it's like probably like 8 mil, but it's so steep. And then you're matching. I think this is the crux here. You're matching on this. I mean it's just awful. But yeah, that's if anyone's wanting to try it, you can get the second ascent. But we're not doing any of that today. Today we're doing some easier stuff.
It was almost exactly a year ago when we last climbed together.
Yeah, so it'd be good for you to see if I've actually improved.
Yeah, I mean, just looking from your videos, it looks like your footwork's improved a lot in terms of like the precision and you know, you can just see that it's much more automatic. You can see, like, you look at the corner of your eye and know exactly where on the foothold to place your foot.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching one of your previous videos where you were talking about confidence with being at height in bouldering as being a bit of a limiting factor. 100%. And that's so interesting because in the past few years, more and more people have asked me about that. I've actually had people saying, you know, in my videos, they say, like, you look like you're out on your own bouldering, and, like, you know, how do you deal with that from a safety point of view? And at first I was sort of scratching my head, like, I guess it made me realise how automatic I now think it is that I find bouldering here really safe. I would never worry about safety.
I really don't understand how you could possibly think it's safer than like if you fall, you're going to hit the ground.
You're
for
going
sure.
to hit the ground, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I almost never take an uncontrolled. I take thousands of falls all the time in bouldering, but almost never take an uncontrolled fall. So to me, it's like, it made me realise that safety and confidence in bouldering is so much about tactics, and it made me think, wow, a lot of people must not know what those tactics are.
I've got no idea what they are.
Yeah. So
enlighten me.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, well, we'll start off with this one that has like a slabby finish.
Yeah,
still
I mean,
high.
Even that, like, I would like to fall off the top of that. So, with the first thing is, like, to know your escape routes. So, your escape route is either topping out or coming back down, ideally by climbing or jumping rather than falling.
Yep.
You've got the steep bit at the start, which I'd be happy to fall off onto a mat, even though there's this rock here. But we've got big pads. We'll pad this out properly. So falling off from here, I would be totally happy doing. But once I was on the top slab, I would consider myself soloing rather than bouldering. And I wouldn't want to fall from up there.
Yeah.
So my escape route would very much be down climbing. Okay. And it's just a simple matter of, like, remembering what you stood on. And then if you have to come down, just reverse the process.
Reverse it, yeah. So is there a limit in terms of grades? Like, how hard can you down climb? Can you down climb 8C plus?
I actually have down climbed 8C plus.
That was supposed to be hyperbolic. He has done it.
Yeah. When I was trying a 9A that had really hard clips, and I've done that on trad routes as well. Like this, a route I did on Ben Nevis a couple of years ago that was E9, really bold. But it's 8A to just top rope, but you've got like a dozen runners to place that are all terrible and really fiddly.
Yeah.
And it's 8B plus.
Just because you're hanging about placing runners.
To place the runners. So I climbed up and down climbed, totally pumped, and then rested.
All the way to the ground?
to the ledge, and then you dispatch the route. So the down climb, the climbing up and down climbing was like E10.
Yeah.
So you almost like got to do an E10 to then do an E9.
Bag an E9. So is the down climbing the crux?
Down climbing is the overall crux of the route, but it's still better to do it than. Like I just couldn't do that route if I tried to place the gear and keep going. It would just be unjustifiably dangerous. It's like, see that thing there? That's a good foothold that you could stand on all day.
Yeah.
So you could take it in stages. Like you could
decide.
Go a couple of moves up the slab, come back down to there, get comfortable, get relaxed. You could jump from there. You could easily do a move down to here and then jump off. So it's always just like having a plan that isn't just I either get to the top or fall.
Yeah, okay.
That's the fundamental thing. Yeah.
So obviously this is my
worry.
That's
the hazard. Yeah. But then when we put this one over the top,
you like,
and it flattens that out, and
that's
now
lovely.
That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, that looks amazing. Because when I watch your videos and you're on your own, I always think some of the climb doesn't have any pads.
Yeah, I mean, there's parts of climbs where I know I'm not going to fall off, so I don't really need a pad.
Okay.
It's weird, like, because I started bouldering before there was pads.
Yeah.
And so everyone just had beer towels. So you're like coming off and then aiming for your beer towel.
This is incredibly difficult for a 5. That's not very good.
No. There's also, there's a wee ripply bit of quartz up there on the left. Into that. I mean, that's okay actually. And then that just feels a bit better now.
Yep.
Stand up to there. But even then, it's like, it's still not over when you get here.
No, it's like it feels like if I go one move higher, I'm up.
Yeah,
and
I think you're right, yeah.
The only way up from there is up.
And it's a kind of, that's not very good. Yeah, I actually think pressing there and getting a foot there.
Yeah.
See that press? I'm not going to higher, I'll let you attack it. So again, I'm just like coming back down, just reversing.
Yeah.
And I'd be happy to jump from there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But I'm just going to down climb anyway. A lot of times I just do the down climb
just as extra.
Purely to practice down climbing. Because it just feels so much more confident being at height, just knowing that I can down climb.
Yeah.
So up and get the crozzo up on the left. Yeah, oh cool. Now can you press down with your left hand? Like just by your thigh? Like right on the very lip? There, yeah. And now you'd have to move the left foot across.
I don't like this at all. I'm coming down.
Okay. Nice. So your feet were here and might have been there?
I think it was here.
Was it? Yeah. So that's quite good, and there's that. So in order to get the right foot, that's the crucial foothold.
Is to get the right foot there.
Right foot there.
Yeah.
So with the left foot out here, if you had a good hold for that hand, you could just lift the right foot.
Yeah.
But because that handhold is poor, you need that foot to come underneath you so that you can lean off the side pull.
Spot on for Mike, because I think you get in your head about it sometimes.
Yeah, I actually don't like getting spotted myself. I think because I grew up climbing a lot on my own, I now find that if someone's underneath me, pointing their arms at me, I just feel like I'm going to land on them.
Yeah.
And I don't really like it. So I prefer just to have a clean fall and roll.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets a bit messy getting spotted, but I know other people do like getting spotted. And the main thing is, like, when you spot someone, is you do need to stand almost underneath them. So often when people spot, they're like that, and then the person just goes right past them.
Yeah. So, and you're just rotating them onto their feet, right?
Kind of, yeah, but you can take some of the energy out. So if you get them by the hips, you can take a fair bit of the energy out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess like a lot of spotting is also psychological. Like if you feel happier with someone underneath you spotting you who says I've got you, you're actually more likely just not to fall.
I feel better.
Yeah, really.
I feel better. When I look down and you're like that, I'm like, right, okay, this is all going. This is all going fine.
Well, good to spot just now. So can you bring the left foot under to that foot we were mentioning?
I think I could do.
Oh, right, okay, cool. Do a high step. Nice. That's it, press. Yeah, good. That's it, right, you're away. Right, I'll give you a good spot. And I've stacked up the mats behind you here. So you've got double mattage. Before you move up, like, would you jump from there?
Oh, it'd have to be an emergency situation for me to jump from there.
Well, same, but I think you'd be fine.
I think I'd be okay, but I would not be. I wouldn't be having a good time if I was doing that.
Yeah, yeah. But you feel relaxed at the moment.
I feel fine.
Excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I could stand here all day. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Just don't know about going up.
So the other thing is, you can go up a few moves, and you can always just come back down to that point where you're relaxed now.
Yeah. Okay.
So you've still got 2 escape routes if you like, up and down.
I was hoping this would just be an absolute bomber jug fest.
Yeah.
Let's get the old boots out of the way just in case.
Beautiful, mate. Very nice.
Happy days.
Nice.
Nice one, man.
V1 champ.
Good. I've smashed my ankle so many times that the thought of falling down that is really not pleasant at all.
It's a bit of a non-option, right?
It's a bit of a non-option, yeah. But if I fell, I would just fall and roll, and it would be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would just go. Plop.
Do you know, like, this is the first day I've been bouldering for 6 months since I had this toe injury.
Yeah.
And so I actually, just when I was talking there, had a little sense of like, a bit of nervousness. Like, I was
Really?
looking at that, like, just a little bit of nervousness.
Yeah.
And do you know what? The immediate thought that follows that? Always one thing just a little out of your comfort zone. So I think what I'm going to do now, which is going to be a bit uncomfortable for me, is just go back down the way I came. And I will have to take my time.
Yeah.
But I think it would be good for me.
I don't think I could down climb that slab.
No?
I think I maybe could, but I wouldn't.
So if you want to push your trad climbing,
We need to practice that.
there's going to be a time at some point in a 20, 30 year trad career where you're going to climb something like that and realise, I can't go up.
I can't go up.
I have to go down,
Yeah.
and I can't fall.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a good thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
And it's just being methodical, like just taking it step by step. The first step being, when I just walk from here to here, I'm just going to clean my boots again.
Yeah.
Just make sure there's no scrittles on them, because that's the very last thing I want, is like to be caught by a skrittle. And I'm just really taking my time, especially as I turn round here and go into slab mode, and just make sure that my toe's right on the cleanest part of the hold. I can't quite see what to do just now, but then just taking a minute, I'm like, oh yeah, there's another smear, and carry on.
In my mind, this demonstration that reversing the whole climb could be done comfortably and in control was important for Mike to see, and it's a key message of this video for you. Don't underestimate down climbing as a core tactic of any boulder climbing in bouldering, trad or anything else. Even if you just down climb a move or two in bouldering, it gets you a lot closer to a safe height to jump.
Are you in the jump zone now?
And in the emergency jump zone.
The emergency jump zone.
I'd rather not jump from there.
So you really aren't happy jumping from that high,
Yeah, I mean,
but the boulder is incredibly high.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, see here, I'm just at the border. Like, where my feet are is fine for jumping, but where I am here, I'm a bit high.
Yeah.
So even if I really feel like I can't get any lower,
Just squat.
I can still get lower to here, to the point where I can just do that,
Yep.
and that was all right.
Yep. Okay.
Next, I wanted to try a steeper problem to see how Mike handled a little bit of time pressure compared to the slab where you can afford to hesitate. We discussed the harder opening moves to remove some of the unknowns, but I deliberately stopped talking and let Mike gather info on the easier upper moves on his own.
It just looks way harder
Yeah.
than the last one, yeah. Like, the only reason I'm even pulling on is because the guidebook says
It's that grade.
V2. Yeah. So I'm like, there must be something.
Yeah. Well, it is a groove, so
Yeah.
I just kicked that in just to make sure that gap stays closed.
I'll probably just
ruin it
by standing. Yeah.
And I know I'll check that while you're climbing as well.
Just make sure the gap's closed.
Yeah,
It's good kit by Black Diamond, eh?
they always make good stuff. Yeah. Been sponsored by Black Diamond for 25 years.
Yeah. Nice.
Mad.
That is crazy. That is
Yeah.
they are happy with the relationship. I would say.
The progress in Mike's climbing became so obvious to me here, taking on moves one at a time and relaxing and recomposing between each one. This, in combination with much improved strength and fitness, is a recipe for steady increases in confidence, so long as he continues to ingrain the habit of information gathering before and during each attempt.
Go on, man, go for the flash.
It's wet.
Ah, the next hold will be dry.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ.
He's still feeling the height, but he's not letting it get on top of him. To my mind, his growing experience with lead climbing is really paying off in terms of composure.
Cool. So good, did really well there. Your experienced sport climbing, given that you focused on that for a while, I actually think that that's missing from a lot of intermediate boulders' training approach.
Yeah. What? Like
Just being used to being on a route for more than a few seconds,
yeah. Okay.
so that you've got to maintain your composure. Like if you're on sighting a 6B or a 6C, and you're a bit above the bolt, and you're maybe a bit pumped, and you see the bolt beside you, but you haven't got the draw in it yet.
Yeah.
It teaches you composure.
Yeah.
And then that's what you need at the top of that thing.
Yeah.
It's just I can't immediately see the foothold, but I will in a minute.
I will in a minute.
Calm down. And it looks like you've gained so much of that since last year.
Yeah.
And I think to me that's what's underpinned you being able to just flash that.
Yeah. That was good. I really enjoyed that.
progress,
I really
yeah.
liked that. Yeah. And it was long enough to get like a couple of moves in. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't just.
And it's cool because it means like to actually find where your limit is now. We need to get on the harder ones.
He's always talking about the limit. He's always talking about the limit.
talking about that. I
He's always
am,
wanting to
yeah.
go to the limit. Can I just have a nice day out, Dave?
Just got the new Strathnairn guidebook that's just come out, written by Rob Thomas, to all the bouldering south of Inverness. This has been my favourite place to boulder in the last 10 winters in a row, because there's lots of great places to boulder in Scotland, but this is always super dry and good conditions. So Well Sighted is finally a book that covers this area. Just up on my website right now, davemcleod.com. We wanted to try this 6B, because it's pretty much the highest problem here.
Yeah, it is actually, isn't it?
This is a classic thing because it looks like the hard move is here,
Like,
to me.
yeah. I
and
think
then
so.
the upper part, it looks like it eases off.
Yeah.
Do you want to try it?
Definitely. Yeah,
Okay.
let's go for it.
So it looks like it's good for two hands.
I mean, it doesn't look that great, but it looks like the only thing that it could be.
Also look at it from round here.
Yeah.
You can see that the
bomber.
bottom of it looks
Yeah.
good. Right, so where is the top? Must be just about here. Yeah, there.
I feel uncomfortable up here.
So that
Oh, bomber.
bomber there, but the
That's
rail
not as
there is
bomber.
not as bomber.
And there's quite a lot of this lichen stuff as well.
So we'll take it one stage at a time.
And is this something you do on hard stuff as well?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Especially on hard stuff. So yeah, so you've got two holds there. I mean that's still in cut, and that's reasonable. But then you can reach straight to that.
Yep.
I'm just giving these a chalk and a clean, so that you're not up here and you're like, where is it?
Yeah.
You just know where it is already. That bump. Because when you're leaning over the top like that,
That would be bomber.
that'll feel pretty good.
Yeah. I wish it never came up. Dave seems much more confident hanging over the edge than me.
Both feet. Get the right foot up.
There.
To there.
To here? Really?
Yeah. Down a bit.
Oh, that feels bad.
Nice, go on. That was almost it.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you might need that right foot up one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then that's got to be the move.
Yeah.
That's almost a good thing, because if it's got one very hard move,
Then the rest can't
the
be that
rest
bad,
should
right?
be all right. Yeah.
Do you want to show us how it's done?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not just about having balls of steel and just going for it and throwing caution to the wind.
I mean, like, to me, having the balls of steel approach is it backfires.
Yeah.
For almost everybody very quickly.
Yeah.
It either backfires in a small way in that you end up having a scare where you just absolutely shit yourself and then you don't want to do that again.
Yep.
Or you just go for it and then you fall off and you break something. Actually, I think quite like that.
Yeah.
That's really good though. It's got a good thumb bit there.
Yep. Yep.
And then that's really good. It's just a little bit tricky to see the feet here. Just having to lean out. That. And then need something for the left foot.
Yep.
There.
Yep. How is that?
It's really good. It's so grippy.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm letting go of that.
Okay.
So I could come down
Yeah, you could come down.
to
Right?
here and jump.
Yep.
That would be fine. I could actually even probably reverse a bit more and jump. Like the footwork's quite tricky, but I could just jump my foot back down to that.
Yep.
So I'm totally happy jumping down from here. No problem. So I'm just like eyeing up the footholds. There's one there. That's going to be a crucial one. So clean my foot so
Yep.
my foot doesn't slip. And this is the most important move on the whole climb, is to get my foot well centered on that thing. I didn't even need the wee crystal.
Not because you're just so over it.
It's fine. Rather than just climbing down the descent, I should try and down climb it.
Okay.
So the most dangerous part is really the next couple of moves. So like also I've got no hands on here. If I lose my balance, I'm gonna miss the mats and everything.
Yeah.
But I know as long as I don't do anything, as long as I don't move, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm happy here. So I can be really relaxed and just chill myself back out before I embark on the down climb. And one of the hardest bits is actually going to be transitioning onto the holds,
Yeah.
because I'm still a bit above them.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to very carefully and slowly do that, and I'm going to make sure I get my foot really precisely. I'm just feeling it to make
Yep.
sure I've got it right. Having the sport climbing experience really helps you, because not only have you got the fitness to do this, to hang about, but you've just got the composure to relax. So many boulderers would be like, oh, like this, you know? With
Yeah,
the bent
yeah.
arm, like, what do I do now? Instead of like, relax, I'm hanging on my lat right now.
Yeah.
So I'm using very little effort.
And I'm supposed to have this composure because I'm a sport climber.
Yes. I think you do. So right foot, and then left foot. Yep. That's it. Yep.
Come on, Mike.
Good, get the thumb on. Now left foot to there.
Thank you, man. Really good.
Out to the jug. Good.
Oh
Here,
shit.
Here, lift it. That's it.
Middle of this hold. Rail.
Find that little crystal.
Mega good. Yeah, good.
Is that the left hand one? The middle one's the best, that's it. Yeah, and then go straight to the next jug.
All of them straight up. Yep.
Good man. Go on. So it's just above your left knee is the crucial foothold. So get it good.
Straight over this and get it fucked up.
So good. Nice one, man. That's brilliant. Woo, that was excellent. Textbook. Highball climbing. Piece of cake for Mike.
I actually felt like I did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, you know what made
Yeah.
all the difference was just knowing. Like, I was like, oh, I'm not too happy here.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, but Dave said there was a jug, and I looked at it from the ground,
Yeah,
so I know there's a jug.
yeah. Your breathing and the way you were speaking, all stayed relaxed.
Yeah.
You stayed on top of it basically.
Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
on top of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt like it didn't get away from me.
Yeah.
And then the top is easy.
Top's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't use that crystal we spent just
Yeah, I know. We don't even need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. We had it so dialed that we had more options for how to climb it than we needed.
Yeah, totally, yeah. And then you chalked up a foothold that just saved me so much stress.
Yeah.
Because it was just chalked.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't need to think about this. So would you say the last move there, I'm in like solo mode?
I think it's a good, not quite, but it's good to approach it like that. Like I wouldn't make a habit falling from that height.
No.
You know, the fact that you would feel like you were soloing, some climbers might think of that as a kind of weakness, like, oh, I'm not bold enough to even handle climbing that. It's okay to feel like that's too high to fall off. It is.
It's like the fastest ever.
Yeah.
I was like 15 minutes from looking it up to and only fell off it twice, I think.
And all we did was step by step, we just demystified it from the ground, from the top, and then from a couple of attempts, broke it down so that the scary, uncertain bit just became maybe 2 or 3 moves at the top.
Yeah, but I knew there was jugs because we looked.
Yeah.
Oh, psyched.
Not much more to it.
Yeah. Is that all there is to it? Is that what we've been doing wrong?
Just tactics. Yeah. But most people are not rigorous with their tactics. It just makes climbing easier.
Yeah.
Fear in rock climbing comes largely from dealing with unknowns and the prospect of making errors. Reducing both of these factors relies on attention to detail. Attention to detail is a compounding skill. As a relative beginner, you lack understanding and predictive ability, but attention to detail will at least get you to see all the available holds. Over time and thousands of climbs, attention to detail gradually builds your ability to see not just the holds, but potential sequence options. Start looking at the rock in more detail and never stop. Like most aspects of training, gaining confidence for highball bouldering involves following a handful of simple rules and practices. Once you see them in action, it should be easier to understand why very conservative, risk-averse climbers can do the boldest routes. I hope Mike realises that he's making very rapid progress in his climbing, and that's very impressive to watch. Chief among his attributes, in my opinion, is his ability to resist becoming bogged down by the challenges of learning a complex skill like climbing. He can feel frustration, but is willing to sit with it and use it to motivate further analysis, experimentation, and problem solving. In other words, the secret to boldness is not tolerance of fear, but tolerance of the discomfort of not knowing.